It is the first five of the Barsetshire Chronicles by Anthony Trollope. And I'm going to give you my ranking of the first five because I'm just started with the sixth, which I'm immensely enjoying already. I'm about page 100. They do take me a while to read. And also, I do have to preface my little video here. My comments are going to be extremely waffly and general because it's weird. I do remember which ones I like better. I can do an order, but I cannot. So plot points, all that is would take. I don't know them. I don't remember that well. Like I won't get into details as to what's going on in the story, but I'll say a little bit of what I do remember in a very unspoilery way. But it really is just going to be basically which one, the order in which I like them. So without further ado, coming in at the least favorite of the Barsetshire Chronicles. So there are six of them. And they were published, I don't even remember, when were they published? I'm going to guess, oh, here we go. Thank you. Thank you, Oxford Works Classics. 1855 through 1867. And I do think you can trace his coming into his own even more. I mean, I don't think they're his earliest novels, although maybe they are. Where are they in his sequence of things? I don't know. We need to find out. But anyway. Without further ado, my ranking. So the least favorite of all six is the first one, The Warden, which I remember being a little bit bored by. It just kind of took a long time to get going, and the main character was he seemed, I guess it's Harding, someone called Harding is the main character, the Warden. He's sort of I don't know, I didn't like him that much. I mean, he's sweet. He's a sweet fellow, but he was, what's the word? There's something about him that seemed to be, making him the center of your novel seemed a little bit of an interesting choice. I didn't like him that much. I mean, he was fine. He's not an evil character. He's a positive character, but there's something about him that makes him not really leading person material, in my opinion. But I have to think, I mean, the more I think on it, the more I think there were really interesting aspects about the novel that upon second reading I probably would like better, but we'll see. If I ever read them again, I might. So that's my number five. So out of the five that I've read, and I'll have to redo this once I've read the last one and see if things have shuffled around. And I might reread them actually, I mean... Maybe even do audio. I don't know. Has anyone listened to Trollope on audio and can give me some input? Let's see. What's number five? What's number four? So all the rest, the differences get narrower and narrower because they're all thoroughly enjoyable. But I would say that number four in my ranking. So 5 was The Warden. 4 is going to be the second one, Barchester Towers, which was much. Seemed to pick up the pace and was more enjoyable than the first one. Also kind of more romantic, like the romantic stuff, the getting together of the main people was more interesting and more sort of made compelling to read about. Also, this is the introduction to Obadiah Slope, sort of the crazy, weird, hyper, I don't know, he's a great character. And then, of course, the Proudies, the sort of are these really annoying characters, and they're supposed to be annoying. So yeah, so in that sense, it is already really, really fun to read, and you should all read these if you're into this kind of stuff. He's really good at characterization, and he gets better and better, and he's good at putting people into kind of interesting and difficult situations, a little bit like Eliot, but he's not Eliot, he's different. So yeah, so this comes in at number 4 of the 5 that I read. Now the top 3 are it's very, very narrow differences, but I would say number 3. I think number 3 I'm gonna put The Small House at Allington. It was, and this is the 5th in the series. Get the numbers right. Yeah, this is the second to last one. It's the one I read most recently, and it was very, very good. But I think in terms of just exquisite people and fun stuff happening and intriguing stuff happening, it's a little bit less than the top 2 in my opinion. But very high up there. I mean, it's my number 3 of the 5. So 5, 4, 3. And now the top 2 It's gonna be a short little video, but that's okay. It's a Victober thing. They're pretty close together, but I think I do have a number one and a number two, and the number two is Family Parsonage, which I really really enjoyed. I guess yeah. So this one had a weak, another weak male character, or yeah, weak, but interesting. But it also has great female characters, better than the other ones I thought, and it was very enjoyable to read. So definitely, he seems to be getting more into depicting people who are poor, like not in a Dickensian way at all, but like a wider swath of society than Austen does, for example. So we see more, you get more insights into people who are suffering or just are not rich, who don't know whether necessarily have enough to eat. I mean, but they're still sort of hanging on to middle class status. Very enjoyable, highly readable. You should read it. It's fantastic. Which leaves my number one, Doctor Doctor Thorne. I loved it so much, and I have to admit, I love Doctor Thorne. I just think he's a fantastic and extremely likable person, character all around, and also the fact that he's a doctor. I mean, he's like super great person, and but not still in a realistic way. He's not sort of super, in an unrealistic way, and I just love the whole. This one has one of the themes of Trollope are people and money, of course, and inheritances and stuff like that. And this one has that part too, and it's really well done and really kind of page turnery. It was the most page turnery one. This and Family were the most engaging for me, I would say. So yeah, that's my short little video about my ranking of the first five of Trollope's Barsetshire Chronicles. Tell me about your experiences with the novels and how you rank them, and if you agree with me or not. And I'm really looking forward to reading the Palliser novels. I've already purchased quite a few. Let me see if I have them here. I went ahead and got a little crazy and went for the first three. I'm addicted to these Oxford ones. I'm sorry. And so the first one is, what's the first one? This one is the first one. I think they get a little less imaginative with their covers, but I don't care. It's fine. This is number one, and I think Phineas is number two. So I already had this one ready to go, and then I have this one ready. So this is the next sort of group of novels that he wrote, which will keep me occupied for a while, considering how slow I am and how many other things I got going on. Anyway, I will talk to you very soon probably with a general reading update. There's stuff that's been going on with my reading. It's kind of interesting, and maybe a little bit of a chat about TV shows. So stay tuned for that content. Hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you shortly. Bye-bye.